So, what is your name, your occupation, and where do you work?
Okay, so my name is Mahwish Javed, and I'm the Senior Program Coordinator for Safe Kids Georgia within Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Great. How would you describe your occupation to someone who's not familiar with injury prevention or public health?
Okay, so that's a great question. I think I'll start with, giving you an overview of Safe Kids Georgia. So Safe Kids Georgia is a 501c3 nonprofit organization with a mission to prevent unintentional injuries, which are the number one cause of death in children birth through 19 years of age. So as the senior program coordinator, I develop and support and oversee our network of 34 statewide coalitions that are working in their communities to reduce unintentional injuries and deaths through a multifaceted approach of public health awareness, education, advocacy, and community action. So I also provide training and networking opportunities to local coalitions through statewide meetings, conferences, and through community actions. Another thing that I am involved in is, as Safe Kids Georgia is a nonprofit, so we heavily rely on grants and donations. So one of my job related tasks is to assist in raising funds and in-kind contributions and identifying resources to support the efforts of the coalition network within the state. Another thing is that I'm also engaged in supporting the efforts of our state office, our lead agency, which is Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Safe Kids Worldwide, and other state agencies and partners with research, evidence-based programs, best practices, as well as guidance and advocacy, public relations, and development. So these are some of the, high level my job duties. And obviously, working for a nonprofit, no job is too small. So, we're a small team, but a very impactful team. So we work really hard to, for our mission to be accomplished.
That's great. So, what are your day to day tasks or roles?
So some of the tasks that I do, obviously overseeing my coalitions and then, providing them with data, with research, and, again, the looking for grants, donations, providing training, networking opportunities, as well as providing support to our Children's Healthcare of Atlanta internal injury prevention program.
And Mahwish, I know that grant writing and finding some of those types of funds are really important piece to nonprofits. Can you talk to us a little bit about grant writing, what your role is with grant writing, and what your organization does around that area?
Absolutely. So I agree, grant writing is quite a big portion of our, in raising funds for our coalitions and our day-to-day activities as well. So I am involved, I work and I support our director who is obviously actively looking around for our, any opportunities that are out there. Now, I provide all the research and the data around different kind of injuries that are prevalent. And then we also look for donors and partners. Now, being a nonprofit, we also have a board. And our board is comprised of, professionals from leading agencies and companies. And that is a great benefit for us because we can definitely tap those resources and some of the funding opportunities that might be available through our board.
That's excellent. Yeah, I know so many people are interested in grant writing and developing those skills. And I think you hit the nail on the head, Mahwish, that it's all about collaboration and working with your partners and how important that is for getting a grant award. So that's really helpful.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think I would encourage all the students to definitely take a grant writing course before they come into, the practical life or the job. And, the interns that work with me, with Safe Kids Georgia, I also heavily, rely on practicing with them grant writing, because I think it is a necessary skill for any nonprofit.
That's exciting. That's an exciting opportunity for an intern.
Absolutely.
What excites you most about your occupation?
So, I was thinking about this question, and I think about it many times in a day. I think knowing the facts that every hour one child dies from an injury, and 1 in 5 child deaths is due to injury, and every 4 seconds a child is treated for an injury in an emergency department. I think all these facts in mind increases my dedication, passion, and excitement for working in this field of unintentional injury prevention. And the efforts that our education can bring about, and saving these children is all what really makes a difference and helps me even learn more and to do more in my profession of unintentional injury prevention.
Wow, that's awesome. I did not know those stats. That's crazy.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so we have our certificate program at Emory. That's the Injury and Violence Prevention Certificate. The purpose of this program is to enhance graduate education and prepare students to become leaders of injury and violence prevention within their chosen discipline. What would be your advice to someone who's considering the certificate program?
I definitely, looking at what Emory is offering in this certificate program, I would highly encourage students to definitely take this program. This will definitely give them that foundation and that education that will go a long way if they want to pursue a career in injury prevention. Because if they, many things I would say you learn when you come, uh, when you are part of a job, and you learn during a job. But I think nothing beats the fact that you have the background information which will cover each and everything, and you would have the know-how to deal with situations or how to create different programs once you are in this field. So I would highly encourage the students to definitely take advantage of this program. And I'm sure, Emory, this program being offered by such a wonderful institution, is definitely something that should not be, that should certainly be considered by the students.
If you're interested in applying to the IVP certificate, then email Dr. Dorian Lamis. You can also learn more about the certificate by visiting us on our website or social media.